Bismillah. Bismillah, Bismillah. I stand before y'all today, man, with a heavy heart. But I knew the importance of being here today, man. I wanted to be somewhere else, but I knew the importance of being right here today now. I thought I was coming here to talk to you a little bit about some business, but it's obvious from the speakers before us that we have some business. And it's more than just financial gain. We gotta get some courage, man. We gotta get some courage to be unorthodox. When I say that the returning citizen shall be described as relevant, it's because that we are different than any other group of individuals that has gotten out before us. We're more educated, we're more cognitively aware, and the biggest difference that people don't know is how important public safety is to us. All right. Now, before I go on, man, I just want to thank somebody. Because while we was over here, doing what we're supposed to be doing, there was a white guy over there saving or trying to help save one of our comrades' life. Right. That had an episode in the parking lot. So I just want to thank you, bro, for what you did for one of our comrades. Now, one thing I like to establish before I speak is that I am a Muslim. That means that I'm not pro-democratic or pro-republican, I'm pro-right. Meaning whichever aisle addresses the issues of the people, and the people that I'm talking about are not those that walk amongst the common folk that are free. It's those comrades of ours that we left behind the gates, and I'm just talking about men, women, and children. Yeah. And if anybody has gotten out of prison and forgotten about that person that you walked the yard with, that person that you held a table for to become a child, that person you went to that rec yard with, if you have forgotten about that person, then perhaps you need to go back and exchange yourself for somebody that's willing to come out here and eradicate some of the social ills that we helped create. Now let's talk a little bit about business, because my understanding that's what the format is about. On the inside, I was known as 117588, whatever the number was. And they called me Paul Taylor, but on the inside, I changed my name to Taylor Paul, because on the inside was my way of acknowledging to the world that I was the complete opposite of how they tried to describe me to be. So I named my company Taylor Paul Taylor LLC.
Yes, sir.
In which I do equity advisory work for an organization called WMRJ. I do venture capital work. Here's a man that was in prison with a life sentence that's now doing venture capital work for tech companies called in which my job is to be able to help organizations or returning citizens who want to start tech companies get funded. I also do equity advisory work for an organization called Connect Our Kids. And my job in that is to help disturb or disrupt the foster care prison or prison pipeline. Let me say that again. The foster care kids. School to prison pipeline. That's right. That's right. And yesterday I just got some beautiful opportunities, but I ain't ready to talk about that. Now also with my partner Jawad Abdul, who is no longer with us.
Yes, sir.
And my partner that's sitting back, was here, old dude back there, Robert M. We started a league here which we call VA League for Safer Streets. And we be trying to get all these areas that they say can't get along, whether it's Jacksonville, whether it's Old, whether it's Hillside, whatever, they say they can't get along. Inside of a controlled environment where we have some conversation. Now it's a basketball league, but I promise you, Rob, do we care about the basketball? No, sir. We can care less about the basketball. You see, basketball is just to get inside of a gymnasium so we can have a conscious conversation. And our motto is no workshop, no jump shot. Whether that's in Jackson, Ward, or Mosley, we're going to have some conversation. And that conversation is going to be on problem solving, critical thinking, and conflict resolution. I wonder where I got that from. Chris.
Yes, sir.
Right now, I'm looking at some men. And some women. I'm looking at some men and women that have come out of prison to change the narrative.
Yep.
And a lot of them ain't not even here from Richmond. Where they came from Big Town. People came from Norfolk. People came from out west. People came from all over. He came from Newport News. People came from all over. Khaled came from D.C. People came from all over. Because we have something that some people don't got. A person once asked me, Paul, how do you feel about those that are incarcerated? Or what do you do when you get down? Because sometimes I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I wish that I was back on the inside just because of the camaraderie that we had inside that's been lost out here. You see, inside there we really cared about each other. But out here something's kind of getting a little strange. Something's getting a little loose. Meaning that some of us there forgotten that camaraderie. So they said, you will have to get out there and not forget those that you left behind again. Because I love that room. I love Umega. I love Manhattan. I love Rob Willie. I love Craig. I love the brothers.
Well, you're back.
So how can I get out and not try to go back and help them come home? See, everybody think that's my calling card. They even said that I was a 6th member on the parole board. That's some funny shit. Yeah. Dude called me Harriet Henry Tubman. Black Moses Harriet Rollins. But all I did was what I was supposed to do and hope that it was the same thing if you would have got out, you would have done for me. And the fight still ain't over, man. Look at Mr. Richard. He's a man that was once incarcerated that's trying to be a politician. But not the typical politician. A man that's really going to help us in our community, our children, some of the disparities that we face. So we're going to talk a little bit about business. Let's talk about it. Hey, first of all, man, we can't be selfish, man. A wise man once said, and his name is the Prophet Muhammad, that if it's enough for one, then it's enough for two. If it's enough for three, then it's enough for four. And I hope that in my actions, I promise you I demonstrate that every single day. And if you are not, check your get busy. Because if you got it now, it surely can be taken away from you. Ask Quran, read your Quran. It surely can be taken away from you. So again, man, I'm not going to talk too long. As I say, everybody know my motto. If you talk too long, people don't remember nothing but the beginning and the end. They don't remember nothing you said in the middle. But right now, I'm about to bake a cake, man. Right now, I'm in the lab baking the cake, so I'm not going to be at a whole lot of events. I'm not going to be at a whole lot of circumstances, so right now, please don't ask me. Because right now, the fight that I'm about to go into is for my son.
Yes, sir.
I've helped everybody. I've helped everybody to the best of my ability, but right now, this particular fight is personal.
Yes, sir.
Because my son was suffering from mental health illnesses, and he was neglected. And he was neglected from the same prison that I facilitated all of the state mandated programs for 5 years. They know me. And I'm sure they probably know that I'm coming.
Right.
But they probably don't know when. And I'm sure they're probably tuning in on these social media outlets right now.
Right.
Me and my family will be coming.
Yeah.
But I'm not coming alone. I got a whole bunch of returning citizens that understand that we're coming for it, man.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be responsible for the mental health of our children because you cannot incarcerate your way out of mental health.
That's right. That's right.
Prince here. Prince already started.
Yes.
Since the passing of my son, he's been in every detention home he possibly can go into to make sure that they understand that mental health is real. And we suffering from it out here ourselves. You may not understand it, but let me get you adapted to a terminology. And it's called arrested development. And I am not talking about the group. It's a term that's called arrested development. And if you do not understand what that means, then I suggest that you look it up. Because a lot of us suffer from that.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of us also suffer from a concept that Dawood taught me in prison. And that was called the Peter Pan syndrome. man is all pretty much just a person that's still acting as a child but refusing to grow up. Mental health is real. The fight shall begin. So if I do not answer your call, if I do not show up at your gathering, rest assured, man, that I'm making a cake. And this cake is not for you, it's for them. And I hope they enjoy it. Thank you for letting me share.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
We gonna keep on moving. We gonna bring some of our sisters up now to speak. First one up, Miss Sheba Williams.
Come on, Sheba. 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 There she go.
What, man?
So first and foremost, I know y'all don't know that. What a whole lot of people don't know is both of my parents were incarcerated when I was 10 years old. Me and my sister were 4 years apart. God is the business since alive. When I was 14 years old, I worked in a facility under my sister's name. We had to take care of each other. My husband was incarcerated at the age of 15 and tried as an adult and sentenced to 74 years. Because my cousins, my family, and the people that raised him on Raven Street said that a child would only go to detention and would do at minimum until they were 18 or 21. He would be all right. Well, he did 18 years by the time he was 36. When he came out in 2012, for the last time going into DLC, I threatened him. And I said, we gotta make a change. I was wrongfully convicted of a crime with embezzlement in 2004, and I didn't go to prison. Let's believe that 19 and a half years that my dad did at Greenfield was my sentence. It told me about being searched as a child. Lift your tongue, lift your feet, take your diapers off, change your pads, and your fun. Don't come in here, open your mouth, be quiet, follow the rules. I have 3 uncles that have been incarcerated for 33 years in the Department of Corrections. I have a best friend that was 25 years, and they come here. He's been denied probation for years since he was incarcerated in 1998. I fight for y'all, and most of y'all probably have never in your life met me or seen me, but I fight this fight because we started No Left Turns in 2016 to provide the right services like employment, healthcare, education. But we knew that if we didn't fight the policies, that we were just spinning our wheels. So Brother Richard, but you gotta do more than vote. You gotta run, you gotta serve, you gotta lead. And what that means is you gotta serve on these juries. When you get that jury duty notice, don't keep trying to avoid it. Because that over-sentencing, over-incarceration, that over-policing happens because we dropped the ball and say, by these jury bucks. But guess what? The person that killed my nephew in 2018 got 5 years because the jury didn't understand they gave instructions. My brother got life because the jury didn't understand their instructions. Serve on the city council, serve on the school boards, because guess what's under attack? School board, city council, our local elections. We came here to talk about business, and I'm coming to tell you that in 2009, when I was wrongfully convicted of this charge, I was fired from a job that I had dedicated my life to. And I had to work for myself. My business is I've been a professional barber since 2009. I've been an instructor since 2012. I had to do a business to take care of my family and raise my 3 kids, and all 3 of them in college today. Right. But nobody gave me the opportunity. I had to make a way. I started my professional consulting business last year because when we come out of here, that lived experience is just as expensive and just as valuable as any degree. Trust me when I say that people will allow you to volunteer and show up and give of yourself freely, but charge their ass money. Because this life and this experience and these things that y'all go through, is worth its weight in gold. People are trying to study what they've done to us. No set of bars has ever solved the problem of crime. No set of bars has ever solved the issue of taking resources away from a community. So when we get in this fight, we need y'all to keep going with the fight. Don't just show up at the polls, show up at the General Assembly. And share your story. Talk to your representatives. If they're not doing what they're supposed to do for you, vote their ass out and stand in position. I need y'all to put y'all feet and plant them firmly on the ground and take position in these places where decisions are being made. I do cannabis work, and guess what the conversation is about right now? It ain't about social equity and making sure that black people get their position. Y'all gotta take that position, because the hemp farmers are saying we need our money, as if we haven't been locked up for the past decades for the war on drugs that has failed and has admittedly failed. But what this administration is saying is, I don't know what social equity is, they got the same opportunities. So I need y'all to show up at these meetings. I need y'all to show up at these associations. I need y'all to be a part of the conversations and stop saying, I'm not getting into politics, because that's what politics does. It determines what school lunch rates are gonna be, it determines who gets small business loans, it determines if you get street lights on your corner, it determines if our kids down in Newport News get fucking street lights to practice on the field.
That's right, sis.
These people are in position, and if we ain't showing up, they're making decisions about our lives. And when something happens, everybody comes to me and says, I need you to help me get my gun run out. I need you to help me with this clemency package. I need to help with this legislation. But if y'all don't show up and do what y'all gotta do, I can't keep doing what I gotta do.
That's right.
When we're talking about business, we're not just talking about a fiscal thing. We're talking about who makes the decisions about who actually gets the bids for the businesses that we're trying to get. We're talking about who makes the policy about what businesses you can work in if you have a past conviction. Yeah, I'm one person, and I'm fighting with all of y'all. But when we go down to rallies for voting, when we go down to rallies to speak at that General Assembly, guess how many people show up with us? 5. Us. That's a fact. So if y'all really care about